we have that.
Would you say again what you just said about the leasing?
I said, I think that's a possibility to lease it to a private prison facility. And I think, Paul, you all have explored that.
We've explored that. We can't find any takers, but what you're saying is true. That the county has to have a jail. I understand what they're saying about building a two-room cell. We have already talked to the state about reopening our old one, and they won't let us. Where are we going to get the money to build another jail, even if it just holds 5 people?
For that matter, we've got the city jail. Bobby, how many people are in there? I'm just saying, let's don't let that stop us from looking at that option.
Well, I've been in business here for 40 years, over 40 years, and I've bought a lot of material from the construction business. And you said that the cost of jail went up $2.5 million because of Katrina, on material cost only.
No, sir. That's not
What
what
you
I said.
said.
No. Don't put words in my mouth. I won't put words in your mouth. You don't put words in mine. When we priced this jail initially, the county wanted to hold it down as much as possible. They wanted to try to do it for $5 million. The truth of the matter is, we couldn't do it for $5 million. Katrina or no Katrina, it just
Did you go out for
wouldn't
competitive
work.
bids like every other state agency?
Do what now?
Did you go out for competitive bidding when you built
Yes,
the jail?
yeah, it was bid, it was competitively bid.
Did they not have to honor their bid? Or is it a cost plus job, or what kind of job was it?
No, the low bid was $7.5 million.
So we knew it was 7.5 before it ever started?
Start with 5 now.
That's right.
When they campaigned, it was for 5. That's right.
It was for $5 million. That was, now the jail hadn't been bid then.
Why didn't we build a smaller jail?
Hey, Paul, I don't know, I'm not a
I wasn't,
I don't know, all I do is prepare the document.
No, but
That's
I
all
wasn't
I
the
do.
commissioner at that time.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why.
I was with our contractor, a subcontractor on the jail. They changed the plans 4 times on the dirt before construction of the building. How come they didn't stick with the first set of plans?
Y'all, listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying to you. I'm not an architect.
Okay.
I don't design jails. I don't
Okay.
cost them. I don't.
What do you do?
I prepare the bond documents.
Okay. My understanding of the payments is $38,233 a month. Is that correct?
No.
I mean, originally, up till now, up till the refinance.
I thought that's what it was.
How much?
And we're into this approximately 100 months from the beginning. Is that true?
Rick, this lady here can answer that. She's
And that's $3.8 million. We had a $7.5 million bond issue, or note, bond. We refinanced 7.235, 100 months later, plus another 450,000. That puts us at 7.68. That's more than we originally started. And we're 100 months into it, and you're wanting more money.
I'm not.
Are we ever gonna, we'll never pay for it. There ain't no way. If we, and they refinance it, now the payments are more, and we can't even make the original.
No, payments are less.
Oh, they're less?
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
According to the figures I got.
Well, you got to look at the original amortization schedule, which the payments were increasing every year. We've now, with the refinancing, levelized the debt service. Let me tell you something, pal. Nobody wants this jail paid off quicker than I do. Nobody in God's green earth.
Well, you're not a taxpayer of Haskell County. I'm sure you hadn't paid a dime on it.
Well, I'm a taxpayer where I live.
Well, you ain't paying on this jail.
The payments right now
Somebody
are
paid
51,
for us to pay 100 months, and we're
51,000
deeper in debt now than we was
I
the first payment.
can't listen to 2 or 3 people.
Y'all don't want this.
The payments right now are over $51,000 a month.
That's probably about right.
So that is more than what it was when Mr. Bumpers was talking about when this was started, right?
Well, yeah, but The old debt service schedule was not level. It increased, it was back-end loaded. It increased as time went on because the financial advisor projected an increase in sales tax. And he had a right to do that because it had been increasing
Where's he
at that rate.
Who did that?
The financial advisor,
Where's he?
I don't know, he didn't come with
Who
us.
okayed that? That didn't ever go to the vote. I never heard that. I was at the first meeting when they had that.
Well, you vote on the sales tax is what you vote on.
That's right.
And we try then to structure the debt so it'll pay off. Guys, I'm not your enemy. I'm on your side. I'm trying to get this thing done.
I say that you had that.
You paid $4 million, and you've only paid $700,000 in debt. Where'd the rest of the money go?
Look at the amortization schedule. It's all I can tell you to do. Nobody's taking your money. It goes to the trustee bank. They pay the bondholders.
It was the principal payment.
I know that.
It was interest.
Well, we got good bonds, you said, 2%.
Yeah, we do. We got to do
Everybody in here
that.
borrowed money before, and they know how that works. You don't smoke screen it up.
At 2%, it's just a little over $1 million. Yeah.
A year.
In the last 100 months.
We paid $4 million, too. There's about $2 million off there, a little bit.
See, part of the problem is, too, we had to do that subordinated debt because there just wasn't any money to make the payment in April. It was $400,000. And we did add $50,000 on that to get the sheriff some operating
Long
money.
ways from $2 million.
And y'all, I don't know what the debt, the amortization schedule does. That's not my job. I don't do that. I don't study it. You know, I wish we had plenty of sales tax.
How much have we paid?
You paid me one fee when the debt was entered into, and I'm not charging anybody anything to be over here today. I didn't charge anybody anything to call the election, and I'm not charging anybody anything from now on out. So I'm just doing it to try to get this thing worked out and get it done.
Do you think there might be some other viable options
For what?
instead of the half-cent sales tax? Is that just kind of the easiest way, or do you think there's other ways to, you say at 5 mils, which is not a lot of money, you know, combined with maybe some sales tax, or, I mean, have we looked at all those?
Yeah, but we work for these guys here. We'll do whatever they want us to do. It's just historically, and in visiting with the county commissioners and visiting with the county people, we had an opportunity here to use sales tax. I think people generally prefer that over property tax, and it spreads out the payment to, you know, everybody that comes through the county. Doesn't fall on the back of the property owners. So that's where we started.
As a consequence, and, you know, historically, we've had to rely on you guys' expertise. We don't know how to run a jail or be bond attorneys. We need more guidance than just sales tax will do it for you.
Well, don't look at me about running jails. I don't, like I said, I don't do that. But we are gonna try to get this thing paid off and get these bonds out of here as quick as possible. If we need to use a combination of sales tax and ad valorem tax, hey, let's do it.
Finality, I think, is what we all want.
I got one. If you pass like in Haskell County, you pass a 0.5% sales tax to build a jail. And I'm like Rick, the people were told, because I wasn't commissioner then, and I was told, you know, it's gonna cost $5 million to build a jail. If we spent $7.5 million, well, just because you passed a 0.5% sales tax, that mean you just gonna spend all the money you wanna spend? I mean, isn't there a level of money where you have to stop spending on the 0.5% sales tax? Or when you pass a bond, you just spend what you want to?
All they knew the jail was gonna cost $7.5 million, when they were saying it only cost $5 million.
But that's what I'm saying, how can you?
Is that legal?
I don't know, Jim, I'm not a monitor.
I didn't know what, nobody knew what the jail was gonna cost.
But I know, but like, if you make $30,000 a year and working somewhere, and you can afford a $400 a month truck payment, you ain't gonna go buy a truck that costs $700 a month, because that's your revenue, that's your income. So my question is what's the limit on what you can spend on the half-cent sales tax in Haskell County? There had to be some projected figures of what.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, the cash flow projections showed that it would do that, but Paul, the sales tax has decreased
I know,
35%.
I don't think anybody's arguing that.
And again, we're getting to the point where we're rehashing, and I guess that's fine, but from a budget perspective, the city of Stigler expects zero. From a budget perspective, the city of Stigler is projecting zero sales tax growth for the next 5 years. Your projections starting at day one show a.
Let me stick to that.
Yes.
I don't think ownership of that piece of land. We've run about 100 different scenarios, that's one of them.
But the premise is that sales tax collections will increase, which would go towards the debt payment. I just wanted to make the statement. I don't want to argue it. I'm just telling you where we're at. The question that Bill asked, are the commissioners willing to postpone the ballot item for 2 months until we can get a group together and decide what we want to do as a county? Is that the question, Bill?
It is. Paul, do you take that as a vote?
Like, we can't vote on that legally, it's not on the agenda.
Yeah,
It is on the agenda.
Yeah, it's on the
Postpone.
We've already went through that, we can put it back on the agenda for next Monday.
Well, it's still, we're still in that meeting, aren't we?
We adjourned and reconvened.
We've
Hey,
already
Paul,
voted.
how much, I'm sorry, I missed, how much did you say the county gets on the sales tax right now, present?
For what, for everything?
Yeah,
We're maxed out at 2%.
2%. What does the city get?
The question was how much does the
We're
city
maxed
collect?
out.
Haskell County last month collected $146,812.
I'm talking about.
Percent.
How much?
That's 2%.
2%. How much does the city get?
3%.
3%, okay.
Of that 146,000,
So the city gets 3%.
90% came from the city. That's correct.
But no ad valorem.
City operates on 3% sales
Well,
tax.
that ad belong, a lot of that goes to the few schools.
Sure.
It's fine, I'm glad it
Sure.
does.
Cities really don't get ad valorem tax.
We get
They,
none.
if there's a judgment that's rendered against them or something, they'll go on the tax rolls. Cities are run by sales tax. They don't get any ad valorem to speak out. Unless there's a bond issue. Now, if they go to bond issue, then that's, could be subject to ad valorem tax.
The postponement, can you clear us up on that? Is that something that you can put on the agenda next week? Because I'm a little confused. We're in a meeting and that's something that you can't vote on, or it's something that can go into next?
Well, it was on the agenda for today, and we signed that piece of paper. And gave it to the election board. She had to know today to go forward with it. Now, if the people of Haskell County doesn't want to wait 60 days, I don't see why